Mushu pork and pan-fried dumplings, wonton soup and Mongolian beef, absolutely anything lo mein, Beijing duck, honey garlic chicken, and crispy golden egg rolls. God, I love Chinese food. When I was a kid, my dad runs a one-man band of a company called Port Services that provides food, supplies, and services to ships that make their way from points unknown all the way to Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. From tankers to tugboats to cargo ships to submarines, and one particular luxury yacht, the Ultima II, owned by legendary Revlon cosmetics titan Charles Revson. Just a little 258-foot puddle jumper with a mahogany staircase and a helicopter for Charlie to circumnavigate the globe, like the kind we all have out back. Of course, the yacht comes complete with a team of Chinese master chefs who really know their noodles. Now, over the years, my family becomes real close with all the chefs, including the two head honcho chefs, Mr. Wu and Mr. Wong. They can cook anything. Early one particular Thanksgiving morning, the chefs show up at our house and surprise my mom by almost instantaneously conjuring a 5-star soup to pumpkin pie holiday feast fit for a lipstick baron and the Sultan of Brunei. So every Thanksgiving after that one, with her hand stuck up way up a turkey's ass, my mom would cry out her yearly desperate modern-day pilgrim's plea, "Where the hell are Wu and Wong?" As soon as that yacht drops anchor in Port Everglades, that team of chefs with the Blaney family in tow share tearful, heaving reunions in Chinese kitchens all the way from Homestead to Boca. My family walks into a Miami Chinese restaurant with Wu and Wong, and when those chefs' eyes meet our rock star chef's eyes, the long overdue bear hug embraces, the rapid fire native tongued reminiscing, and the Chinese food begins. Wu and Wong disappear into the kitchen with the local chefs, and like Cantonese sorcery, endless platters of who knows peeking what flow from the kitchen faster than an iPhone factory assembly line. But I'm small and the food is weird. Too many vegetables. Ew, water chestnuts, too crunchy, are my 6-year-old little boy battle cries. So after teaching me how to use chopsticks by moving countless piles of peanuts from one pile to another and back, Wu and Wong start me off with the food real slow. First, it's Chinese ice cream. In Chinese, pronounced Breyers. And almond cookies. Then extra plain Chinese baked chicken. A few years later, they dropped the Chinese altogether and moved me on to barbecued spare ribs. Then down the block to sweet and sour chicken. Then around the corner to egg drop soup and fried wontons. Then across the finish line to mugu gai pan, beef chow fun, and egg rolls. Crispy, golden egg rolls. By then, I'm in my teens, and the world is my Szechuan oyster. Only no actual oysters, though, because I'm horribly allergic to shellfish, and that'll kill me. But other than that, all other foods Chinese are totally in play all the time, leftovers included. Then, at the final curtain of all the Wu and Wong officiated childhood Chinese dinners, and so many other Chinese dinners that follow, without even asking, the most humble, unselfish, and important of all the world's desserts arrives at my table, or at the bottom of my takeout bag. A cookie. A cookie with a tiny note. A tiny note with a tiny important message, just for me. inside the cookie. Wikipedia defines a fortune cookie as a crisp cookie, usually made from flour, sugar, vanilla, and sesame seed oil, with a piece of paper, a fortune, on which is an aphorism or a vague prophecy. And I love cookies almost as much as I love vague Chinese prophecies. I'm not so much in love with the cookie. They're okay. Some are tastier than others. It really sucks when they're stale. And I'm kind of a snob about cookies from particular restaurants. But it's not the cookies I'm addicted to. It's the fortunes. A long time ago, not long after the Wu and Wang era comes to a close, I start keeping the fortunes from every fortune cookie I get. Every fortune from almost every Chinese meal ever. I save them all. All 887 of them. Yes, I counted. I don't have a problem. I do it for you. I'm just not completely comfortable leaving behind the fortunes after a meal only for them to get thrown away with half-eaten plates of sub-gum fried rice. That's no way to treat your own piece of Eastern philosophy, your very own personal fortune. I've been known to return to the table to retrieve one if I forget it. Though that rarely happens because they're far too important to ever forget, yes, even at Panda Express. I've got a system. Some behavioral therapists might call it a ritual, an obsession, perhaps. I eat the cookie, I intellectually digest my fortune. If necessary, I retrieve the fortunes the unenlightened at my table leave behind. They go in my wallet, I bring the fortunes home, I store them away in tin boxes for posterity. They're my teeny tiny constitutions, my diminutive Dead Sea Scrolls, my miniature Magna Cartas. For example, how did I know to move to Hollywood? You could prosper in the field of entertainment. How did I know to take that trip to Las Vegas and visit the Luxor? You long to see the great pyramids in Egypt. And how did I know to pass on that questionable threesome? Confucius say, lovers in triangle, not on square. And after your meal, what other dessert sends you on your way with a somewhat pertinent, possibly powerfully important thought for your day? There's no slice of apple pie with a message that says, do what is right, not what you should. No piece of tiramisu that tells you good is all that serves life. No bowl of banana pudding that reminds us the only way to have a friend is to be one. And there's no Napoleon with a note inside that says the lion, while hunting, doesn't roar. There's no need. The fortune cookie's got it covered. And where would any of us be tonight without write your own story? Don't let others write it for you. And you create your own stage. The audience is waiting. And like so much Mandarin magic, here we are. And who am I to disregard invaluable, life-altering wisdom concerning but not limited to happiness, prosperity, success, wealth, saving money, business and fortune, luck, talent, affection, matters of the heart, including secret admirers, surprise messages, surprise visitors from the past, Pretty much surprise everything, including news from the future. Initiative, friendship, positive encouragement, self-improvement, motivation, fate, kindness, personality, moderation, humor, honesty, modesty, competitive sports, time, hope, personal troubles, misunderstandings and how to handle them, courage, destiny, excess, secrets, imagination, memories, gatherings and parties, tests of character, prejudice, family, dreams, ambition, patience, hobbies, advice, days of the week, compromise, gifts, passion and compassion, inner strength, fortune cookies themselves, beauty, perhaps saving too much money, inspiration, courage, wisdom, education, retirement, both the moon and the sun, selfishness and unselfishness, innocence lost, criticism, integrity, challenges, pride, adversity, time, expectations, acceptance, ideas, temptation, liberty, oppression, miracles, animals, prophets, good and bad judgment, shoes, charm, faith, good deeds, speculation, rainbows, perfection, ambition, blue eyes, leprechauns, simplicity, the ocean, ignorance, inventions, pitch meetings, national parks, lottery numbers, and how to say pork in Chinese. Zhu rou. Just to name a few. But there's one fortune that sums up the infinite insight of all 887 fortunes combined. One fortune important enough to make it out of the tin box, all the way to the refrigerator door, the most impactful, strangely accurate, possibly most vague Chinese prophecy of them all. 3 simple words I see in my kitchen every day. It takes everything. First of all, it's grammatically correct, which many fortunes are not, so kudos to that. But somehow this one overachieving cookie says it all. It takes everything. To be a good person, it takes everything. When things go wrong, to make them right again, it takes everything. To be kind to others, it takes everything. To make great Chinese food, it takes everything. It takes vegetables and spices and sauces and meats, if that's your thing. And the Wu and Wang-like prowess to make it all taste amazing. To do anything important, it takes everything. Not long after my mom died a few years ago, the youngest of the yacht chefs, Paul Koo, calls to check on her. When he doesn't receive one of Mom's like clockwork Christmas cards, he knows something's not right. So I tell him. And he tells me it's very important for me to know how much my mom and dad meant to him and to all the chefs from the big yacht, and what a very special person my mom was. It's like I read on another tiny piece of paper from inside another crispy cookie after another plate of house special lo mein somewhere. The best exercise for the heart is to reach down and help someone up. Great. Now I'm hungry. So, who's up for Chinese?